Hey, what's up, guys? So, today I wanted to talk about why you should quit the job that you hate. So, if you're like most of us and have gotten a job out of desperation, you're probably like, how do I quit this job if I need this job to pay the bills? And the answer for you is going to be done in your part time. So, in your leisure time that you have time to play video games, watch TV, scroll social media, is going to be the time that you're going to have to put in hella work to get to where you want to be. So, right now that you have some free time after work or before work, whatever it is, start applying for a part time job. Start asking friends and family members if they need help around the house or in their yard. Go mow some yards, paint some sheds, do what you got to do. You know, hustle, get that business that you're trying to get out and just start doing it, because the reality is that time is only going to happen and time is only going to go on. So the faster that you get to doing this is the faster that your dreams, your realization will become a reality. And it really takes starting now, because like I said, you're getting paid from this job that you hate either way. So what if this job could fuel your part-time hobbies, your part-time plans, and it could literally change the outcome of your goals. So before you quit your job, I would really recommend putting away money. So the reason why you want to put away money is you're going to want a good, I would recommend, because you never know how fast you're going to find a job, but have money to put away at least for 2 to 3 months of your expenses. That way, in case you just can't take it anymore and you had enough, you can quit confidently knowing that you have money to pay your bills when you get home. So I would recommend doing that for starters. And second of all, don't forget to make a plan. A roadmap really is the best thing that you could do, because when you hit milestones, you're going to look back and see what you have accomplished, and it's only going to propel you to get to the next one. And it's only going to be until the finish line is going to be in walking distance, and you're going to get there. So remember, just stay on plan, stay on task. And another thing is, don't tell anybody about your plans. Don't tell your coworkers, don't tell your friends. Hell, don't even tell your family members, because although some people generally will want the best for you, there's a lot of people that will feel envious about you, especially if they don't have plans in their own life. They'll look at you side-eyed like, oh, you have a plan. Oh, you have goals and aspirations. Oh, you're not going to be here for long. You're going to get out of here. Believe me, some people are so snaky that they're going to set up little traps to sabotage your roadmap. And, if you're a bigger person, you don't got to let them know, because once you start thinking differently, you'll start to see like, wow, I should have compassion on these people, because they're going to be stuck here and I'm going to have a better outcome and a better outlook on my life. So the best thing that I could do is just play nice and yeah, I don't got shit going on. Yeah, once I get out of here, I'm just going to go waste my time playing video games all night. Let them believe that, because it's better for them to underestimate you than for them to overestimate you, because once you become a target, you become a threat. And believe me, the same people that talk crap about their coworkers are going to get together with those same coworkers to conspire against you. And you really don't want that, because you have a plan, and you need to have a long time and a length time for your plan. So once you get to where you want to be, that's going to be your jump off sign to like, hey, you know what, thank you guys, I'm going to give my 2 weeks notice. And they think, oh shit, they're going to be out of a job. Shit, they don't know that you already have one lined up. They don't know that you've been making applications. They don't know that you've been working on your business. They don't know that you enrolled for school. They don't know that you're doing certifications. They don't got to know all this. This is only between you and the Lord. So if you're stuck at a job that you don't like, and it's Sunday night and you're lamenting and dreading coming to work on Monday morning, just remember, now is a time to have a plan. And the craziest thing is, if you're unestablished and you don't come from money, you're going to have to work 2 to 3 times as harder as somebody that does. But the beauty is that you're going to get to see the whole timeline. The timeline where I was broke and I hated my job, to where I became a man or a woman with resources, with knowledge, and I got to leave that job and I got to have something better. So, don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like this is just going to go on forever, because think about it. There's people that are 50, 60, even 70 at this job that you hate, that they told themselves, you know what, only for a couple of months, then only for a couple of years, then only until this happens. And you know, we just tell ourselves excuses that, well, I can't leave because I have kids that depend on me, I have bills that I need to pay. If you really love them, you're gonna do the best for them, and you're gonna do the best for yourself to get to where you need to be to help provide for them better. Because imagine you have a shitty home life because you come home, you're angry at your boss, you're angry at your coworkers, and not only that, it affects your home life, it affects your leisure time, it even affects your sleep. So what's the purpose of having a job that's going to be 1/3 of your life that you hate, that's going to infect the other portions of your life? So, you know, think smart, think long term, and remember, prioritize happiness, because we only get one life, and you weren't meant to be unhappy, you weren't meant to be unfulfilled, you were meant to be empowered and not devoured. So, you know, take this as motivation. And if you guys want to know a little bit about me, I started working cutting grass when I was 14 years old. When I was 16, I was working at McDonald's, and from the ages of 18 to 22, I was a maintenance technician at an apartment complex. And I love my job. It taught me a lot of skills that I use now, that I make money with now, like electricity, plumbing, drywall, painting, grass, you know, you name it. But what I did not like was a supervisor. I freaking hated my supervisor. I hated the supervisor and the management. And it was until one day, excuse me guys, the ambulance. But it was until one day that I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was doing grounds, and grounds is pretty much picking up trash around the apartment complex. And the supervisor was drinking a Burger King cup, and he was all like, "Hey, you missed that bag over there." And so I was on my way to go pick up that bag, and this guy decides to finish his drink and launch it across the parking lot and tells me, "And pick that up too." And so we had these rolling brute cans with wheels, and so I grabbed the cup and I grabbed all the trash, and I swung it at him, and all the trash fell on him, and he got all full of sticky shit and whatever. And he got so mad. He was like, "Hey, you just assaulted me." I was like, "Man, fuck you and fuck this job." Like, you know, I don't have to put up with this bullshit. And he was just screaming at me and shit, and I was just smiling at him. And I got in my car and I just called corporate and I quit my job. So, you know, what was it, an easy transition? No, I did not have a plan. But what did I do when I got home? I started calling up people, friends, you know. I started, "Hey, you know what? I just quit my job. Do you need your lawn cut? Do you need anything painted? Do you need anything sorted out? What can I do to help you?" And really having a plan really would make this a smoother transition. But I didn't have a plan. I didn't have capital. I had to thug it out, rough it out. But the beautiful thing is that it taught me how to be a man. It taught me that, you know what, I don't have to tolerate disrespect from nobody. And if I'm in a place where I feel like I'm not going to grow and thrive, then why should I be there, right? So, you know, take courage to take your life into your own hands, and, you know, have some dignity, have some self-respect, and know that if you're being disrespected, you know what, call corporate, you know, do what you gotta do. And if things don't change, you know, have a plan so you can get out of there and you can live a better life, because you deserve it. And this time that you don't have a job is a time that you can go to school, get a certification, get a trade, start your own business, grow your business, do what you gotta do. But, you know, don't let life get you down. Don't let a job get you down, and don't let anybody tell you that you're not worth it, because you are. So remember, guys, stay up and stay blessed.